Happy New Year, everybody. Get well soon. Roman Reigns, your health is top priority. And boy, Vince McMahon certainly picked a hell of a way to start off the calendar year of 2022. Could only imagine what he was thinking after Roman Reigns tested positive and had to pull out of the show. He's thinking, okay, guys, let's take Brock Lesnar, put him in the Fatal 4-Way, make it a Fatal 5-Way. I'm smart. I'm a genius. I can do math. Ha ha. And let's do this. I got this notice. In case of Tribal Chief needing to take the show off, break glass, give Brock the belt. That's what we'll do. It's such good shit. Ha ha ha. I'm John Ritham with my review of WWE Day 1. Boy, this is certainly going to get a lot of people talking, isn't it? Vince McMahon basically just threw everything at the wall and said, give Brock the belt. It's such good shit, pal. Can only imagine what he was actually saying backstage. In all seriousness, first of all, I hope you all had a terrific New Year and that, 2022 is a lot better than the last couple years have been. Even though things got a little bit better last year, let's just hope that 2022 is better. Let's just hope that asteroids don't come down to the earth. I remember when I had asteroids once, and boy, that cream, when you try to put that cream on, you got to make sure you take it out of the tube, because when you put that cream on, you don't take it out of the tube, boy, there are a lot of things that you have to have pulled out of there. Boy, JR, turns out you had your head up your ass the whole goddamn time. Ha ha. Man, Vince McMahon really knows how to push buttons. Now, I will say there was some pretty damn good wrestling on this show. And Brock being WWE champion adds a little bit of intrigue for a possible, match at Mania. But I gotta be honest, they pretty much just destroyed Big E. They cut the legs out from under him. But it's not like Brock hasn't beat a member of the New Day and ain't saying, oh, right, Kofi was never the same after that. So Big E will be totally fine. He won't be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at Mania 38. I know Brock gets a lot of money, and Brock does, have a good buzz about him, and this is probably the most interesting that Brock has been in a while, and I hope there's actually a good endgame to let it play out. But man, that was pretty fucking deflating. Like, thanks for coming, Big E. Thanks for coming. We didn't really make you seem like a big goddamn deal after you beat Lashley, and we put you in matches that were fine, but we really didn't get behind you. And then we're just going to do this. We're just going to basically pull the rug out from under you, have you topple over, have you fall on your goddamn head and break your bones like that girl in one of the Final Destination movies, either the fourth one or the fifth one. Was it the fifth one with the gymnastic accident? Because I recently rewatched all the Final Destination movies and I can't quite remember. But anyway, moving on from Final Destination, what did you guys think of this pay-per-view? Because I thought a lot of the wrestling was fine. I thought a lot of the matches really didn't mean anything. So anyway, the pre-show panel was Kayla. And not Kevin Patrick, he is Steve Patrick, because Kevin told him to pick a different name, so now he is Steve Patrick. It's Booker, JBL, and Walt Disney's second least favorite professional broadcaster in the non-striped pajamas, Rosenberg. And Sonya, who just goes absolutely insane whenever anybody questions her about Naomi. And how dare you question, I'm just doing this when I have the suit on, she can't touch me, but when I take this suit off, can we watch? I'm kidding. When I take the suit off, I will beat Naomi. She will lash her and everything. Perfect thing to say in Atlanta. It's not like there were any problems, in Atlanta recently or in the past number of years. By the way, they were in Atlanta, an old Crockett stronghold and Georgia Championship Wrestling stronghold, and they no longer had the Omni, and they didn't have a full crowd there either. At least a full crowd that actually was paid. There is no way they filled that goddamn thing up. No way. No way without paper in that goddamn thing. So anyway, Xavier was talking backstage with, I believe it was Megan. I think it was Megan, and him and Kofi were there, and he says he's going to put the Usos in the dungeon. They've already been in jail numerous times, Xavier. We've been over this. We haven't, but you probably should have known that. And I was hoping that Michael Cole was left back in 2021. Not that I hate Michael Cole as a person. I just think he's a terrible commentator. So Reigns is out due to testing positive. Best wishes, speedy recovery, all that, all those cliches and a bag of chips, all that, to Roman Reigns, who recently came back, a couple of years ago from a bout with leukemia, another bout with leukemia. If he needs to take care of himself, however long he's gone, if he's back in a couple of weeks, great. If he's not back until the Rumble and they got him send him videos and this kind of stuff and just get his health in, in the best possible, in peak physical condition and get him just right as rain, that's what matters. The man's he's a husband, he's got kids, and he's got a life to live, so hopefully he's going to be all right very soon. So anyway, we start off with Ricochet and Shots in Atlanta, so familiar territory. It's C&R Bald Factory, not CNC Music Factory, but it is Cesaro and Ricochet against Shea Ridge. Well, it was Sheamus and Ridge Holland, and Ridge Holland was taken out within mere seconds when Ricochet accidentally landed with his knee and his foot straight on the goddamn nose of Rich. That looked brutal. I did kind of like how Cesaro was riding a train on Sheamus. Uppercut train. I run a clean show. Pat was mentioning the massive vascularity of Cesaro. And there was white noise keeping the minority down in Atlanta. If you think those are the only jokes I'm going to say, you don't know me very well. Bro kick for 3. One guy beat 2. Hooray! Anyway, hey, Gable Steveson was in the crowd. Boy, geez, I wonder if he figures out that, no actually means no. Wonder if he knows that. He's going to be the one bad Gable that they have in the company. Read up on it. Technicality, folks. Getting off on a technicality doesn't mean that you actually weren't guilty. I don't care who you are. So, I'm just going to say right now, I don't know who the Migos are. No, Hogan. We said Migos. No, Hogan. Don't spray paint that on the side of that, SUV. And I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't care who the fuck they are. That song was abysmal. Premium live event is what it is now. It's no longer a pay-per-view. It's a premium live event. Premium cock live event. The New Day took on the Usos in a SmackDown tag title. You are going to see, or tag title match as, you are going to notice a recurring theme here. As good as this match was, I'm sorry, I've seen this match way too many goddamn times. It was very good, well worked, great near falls, the crowd was into it, and the Usos won with a 3D or 1D because it's the story of their life. They'll keep you warm, and boy, I never thought I'd be actually referencing One Direction on this. But then WWE showcased Big E's package. By the way, the Usos retained. I am not saying that this match does not deserve to be watched. I'm just saying if you've seen one Usos and New Day match, outside of, the Hell in a Cell match that they had in 2017, just over 4 goddamn years ago, you've seen one, you've seen them all. I'm sorry. It was very good, but I ultimately was just like, what else can I say? It was an Usos New Day match. It was quite well wrestled. But yeah, the Usos retain. So, Big E promo. He talks about Ellis Islands. Give me you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry. He knows that people like him didn't come. Nope. Yanked off stage there. Nope. He talks about odds. Do the math. It's a Steiner math. Is a 141 and 2/3% chance? No, it's not. You got to add all that, and it does not lead to anybody being able to win except Scott Steiner as sacrifice. How he came up with that promo, I have no idea. I can't even recite it properly. Kayla was talking to the Migos. 3-on-1. I saw this in a movie once. So, Moss with Corbin took on McIntyre. Seriously, this is what they're doing to Drew. Remember when people were saying that Drew McIntyre shouldn't get any more title shots, could go into the mid-card? This is not what people meant. Why are Moss and Corbin getting TV time? Nobody likes Moss and Corbin. If you think you do, whatever. You're entitled to your opinion. But this is ridiculous. How can a man that large do the things he does? Pat referring to Drew. Stop thinking about it. I know you're thinking about it. Claymore for 3. This match went 3 times longer than it needed to. And then Drew was wagging his tongue on camera. That won't possibly be misinterpreted and taken dirty. So then Owens tells Sarah that Bork is a bully and how Zayn is his soulmate and he's got to go talk to Rollins about strategy. Rollins had, big old package for Rollins here. And there were white people dancing in the crowd. The caucasity! Hey, RK Bro took on the Meryl Streep Profits in a Raw Tag Team Championship match. Hey, the 3 Migos were there with labels on chairs so they wouldn't get lost. Man, you look at the Profits and you look at the Migos or whatever. It's like only people in the world I know that wears more chains than her. Sorry, that's channeling the Roddy Piper line right there. I don't care if it's 2022. I'm being funny. At least I think. I don't really give a shit because this match was not. The match was fine. I didn't care. Bianca made the gear for the Profits. Look good. Whatever. Anyway, so at one point, Orton took on 2 African-American men at once. INX did that, and that's why she's an X. And RKO on Ford for 3. Hey, more Migos. Great. 3 Migos. 3 Migos. 3 blind Migos. Maybe they were blind. That's why they were wearing the shades. So anyway, Drew finds Megan, talks about, he couldn't find a locker room, he's lost. There were 3 ladders stacked backstage for no goddamn reason. He's blindsided by Corbin and Moss, and they put a chair on Drew's neck, and then Corbin takes a piece of the truss and does a truss fall onto Drew's neck, onto the chair, and hurts his neck. We're doing the neck thing again. Why are Corbin and Moss getting more TV time? Why? I don't even want them fired. They're not good. They're not interesting. Play static instead of having Corbin and Moss on TV. The ratings will be about the same. And the same amount of crowd noise will be there because they have to pump in crowd noise because nobody likes them. And not even like, oh, I want to see them get beat up. No, I don't want to see them on my television. So, why is this feud happening? Give me some medical, Pierce said. Man, Adam had a piercing sound to his voice. Come on, laugh, please. Yeah, I could just imagine people turning it off right there. Kayla was interviewing Bork after her Bianca video package. Bork does what Bork wants to do, and he's a free agent thanks to his advocate, Paul Heyman. And then there was a thing about the Miz Edge feud. No more disgusting, viscous fluid, says Graves, the guy who pisses on his wife, allegedly. Well, fiance, whatever. The homewreckers. I don't care. So, Edge shows up in a very brooding fashion in Atlanta. Come on, let's laugh here. And Edge and Miz, they had a match where Maurice is there. Maurice is only there so somebody could show up there, rising like a phoenix. They are seriously wasting one of Edge's last feuds against The Miz. I know why, because Edge wants to team with his wife, and, one time during their career. That's fine. That's cool. Against The Miz and Maurice, who was average at best in the ring during her heyday, we didn't need to see Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella against Miz and Maurice, and we don't need to see this. Especially since Beth, in her sleep, can wrestle circles around Maurice. The match happened. Whatever. You can't do that, Chance. I was kind of creative. We get a Canadian family man who won the Royal Rumble from the #1 position, doing the crossface in Atlanta. Man, it's 2007 in June all over again. And then Beth shows up, and much to the, surprise of everybody, they had to do the music miscue. The camera was on her for about 15 years, and then, music cue. Good job. Can we just, slap Kevin Dunn until he, falls down some stairs, live from New York at Saturday night? Can somebody Norman Bates him down some stairs? If you get it, you get it. And spear for 3. Cool. Hey, Beth at least got the talentless hack out of the ring, and then Edge took care of the guy that's average in the ring at best. Okay, it's a mixed tag at the Rumble is what it's going to be. Rumble plug in 4 weeks. MVP says Lashley is not scared of Lesnar, and he is the yin to his yang. Stop yinging my yang. Liv gets a pop. Becky has goats on her shoulders. Man, that's bad gear. Liv versus Lynch. Man, Atlanta was not happy to see the leader of the Lynch mob, and if you get it, you get it. Raw Women's Championship. This is where things picked up. This was very good. Very good. Liv shined. Probably could have gone with a different finish, but I want to say, as far as an overarching thing, Liv showed that she could do some good stuff. And this Liv was angry. She was focusing on the arm. She was serious. She was doing some good stuff, showing some great fire. Let's go Liv chance. There was a sunset flip bomb, beautifully done. Near falls aplenty. The crowd was with this. We got a dive, and she threw her back in the ring to try to beat her. Becky kept going out. Becky got her arm stomped in the steps, and then she does the Rings of Saturn a couple times, and then goes for the Oblivion, gets hit with the manhandle slam off the ropes, and Becky was supposed to get to the ropes and get that, but unfortunately she couldn't get there and beat her clean. Now, it's not Becky's fault these things happen. That's not Liv's fault. It's not Becky's fault these things happen. My thing is, though, the visual of Liv getting beat clean again. What are we going to do? Are we going to have Liv versus Becky versus Bianca in a 3-way at Mania? And it's almost a weird Neapolitan. And if you get that, you get that. But she ended up beating her clean. Now that's, again, not her fault, but I'm like, now where does Liv go? You can't really ever go much of anywhere else. So Rollins is fired up. And why is WWE teasing Johnny Knoxville in the Rumble? Nobody wants Johnny Knoxville in the Rumble. We don't need celebrities in the Rumble. After the whole thing with Jackass, where Steve-O no-sold the thing with Umaga, where Umaga would have been well within his rights to crush his face, which wouldn't have made his face look any goddamn worse. That whole bullshit. I know Johnny Knoxville. He seems like a nice guy. That's great. Cool. I don't want a Jackass 4 where everybody got on the floor and watched these dinosaurs still try to do these stunts. It's just, I don't care. I don't care. If it's going to be 2000 or 2003, cool. Can I have my youth back? Anyway, Rollins and Owens make their entrances. Lashley, looking like a star. Big E comes out fourth. When Big E didn't come out last, I knew that Bork was going to win. Bork gets a pop. Big E versus Owens versus Rollins versus Lashley versus Bork. It's a fatal five-way for the WWE Championship. Bedlam from the word go. Owens and Rollins team up. Everybody's just smashing each other. Suplexes from Bork. Bork gets thrown or speared through the barricade. Lashley's been wanting to do that for a while. This is the closest we'll probably get to Lashley versus Bork. Because I refuse to believe until it actually happens they're going to do it at Mania. And Big E throws Lashley through the announcer's table. We get 3 F5s. We get spear from Lesnar, or spear to Lesnar for 2, that is. And we get more stuff. And then we get an F5 from F5 to Big E. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for coming, Big E. Thanks for coming. New champ. It's gonna be winner take. It's gonna be one of two things: winner take all at Mania with Roman and Lesnar, or Big E wins the Royal Rumble, challenges Roman, and he wins the Universal Championship. Or they're just going to have Big E in the goddamn Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I don't know if they're actually going to go with Big E in a big spot. It's probably going to be Drew versus Roman, and thanks for coming, Big E. You're not going to be featured in anything because we didn't push you, and you didn't do a good job, pal. Ha ha ha. Yeah, the pay-per-view wasn't necessarily bad. It was just kind of there, and it was kind of deflating. I mean, sure, people pop, but Bork's not going to hold it longer than Mania, but still. You give it back to Lashley. I'm all for Lashley versus Brock, but that doesn't need the title. I hate to say it. You could have had that just be a big attraction match. That didn't need the title. Even though I love to see Lashley's WWE champion again, I don't know. We'll see what happens at the Rumble. And it's probably going to be a shit number of weeks on Raw because it's 3 hours and it's kind of pointless. Anyway, that was day 1. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.